Well, good evening from Nashville, Tennessee. Andy Nichols here and the fam.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Good evening, everybody. And we are slowly recovering from quite an amazing experience that we are here to talk about and chat with you all here tonight, a little bit about it for a little while here tonight. So let's just say hello to everybody there in the comments. Jeffrey, Music Sound Gear, Mr. Liverani. Hi, Tom.
Hi, Tom.
Hi, Tom.
Joan, we'll see you very soon
See
in
you in
Pittsburgh. And maybe us
We
too.
might see you in Pittsburgh.
We may too. Stay tuned on that. Maybe, just maybe.
Game time decision.
Game time decision. James Martinez, hello. Mike Waljasper, maybe. We're just maybe. We have to say about Pittsburgh.
Hey, Tony D.
Tony D, hello. Beatly
Beatly
Tone
Tone.
is away. Oh! Love to Kim. He's probably
We
watching.
love you, Kim.
He's probably watching it either half asleep on his phone or he's in his office watching it like this and just watching it like that. Because his studio is being renovated right now, so all his videos have to be done somewhere else.
Okay.
He's getting a new floor put in.
That's nice. Good.
Kent, hello from Thailand, 8:08 in the morning.
Thailand. Hello, Ken.
We're all messed up with the time here because the clock just went back in the Northeast,
Right.
and now we're Men's Central Time, so we're all over the freaking place with the clocks.
Yeah. It's only an hour right now from back home, but we just did the whole daylight saving switch.
Never seen 4 fans in one room before. Well, here you go.
Here we are.
Here you go. Well, Paul at the Pinnacle last night did not disappoint. Joan Borelli here, one of the number one fans on the run, has seen Paul well over 100 times. I'm up to about 18 now. MVP is up to 4. Boyan, 7. This, I can speak for the other 3 people sitting right next to me, was the best time we ever had seeing Paul McCartney in concert. And 3 of us were at the Bowery in New York City in February.
Never thought we'd say, we thought the Bowery was the drop the mic moment.
Yeah.
We all agree this was better.
It
was better.
The Pinnacle was the Pinnacle.
The Pinnacle was the Pinnacle. It was the show that back in July when we all thought about buying tickets was the one that we felt was all going to be the most intense and intimate gig because it was 4,500 people, because it was GA, all of it.
Yeah.
And it lived up to every expectation that we thought and more. And it exceeded it. We'll get to everybody's personal story and where they were for the concert, but it's about not even 24 hours since the end of the concert. I think we're still
foggy from it.
We're still foggy from it. I mean, we were physically and emotionally drained last night, and truth be told, most of the day today.
Yeah.
We're like levitating and like just wandering through Nashville going, okay, like, did we just really experience that last night?
As Boyan put it before, like he woke up at one point in the middle of the night and said, was that a dream or did that actually just happen?
Read some comments here. I also have one hand clapping sweats on right now. 20s. Yay! Yes. I heard Paul did a new song in Nashville. Fake news.
If every night is
If every night is the new song, then that was the change. If you saw the set list, every night was the new addition. No riser for Blackbird.
Nope.
No. And we'll get to all that. A couple more hellos here. Paul is here. Hello, Paul. He's from down under too.
Okay, hi Paul.
Yeah. We'll get to that, Tony. We'll get to the small venue. And was it tiny? Yeah.
In a good way. Great way.
That's what he meant. Oh, he meant every night. He meant every night.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there was a couple songs that were not played. No Here Today. Right. And no Dance Tonight.
Right.
And no Riser. Right. So 4,500 people, I would say about 3,000 or so people were on that floor. Would you say?
And no fireworks.
Yes.
Right. About 3,000. Again, no fireworks for Live and Let Die because it was small. So for Live and Let Die, all you had was like just some poofs of smoke that went up.
Yeah.
But it was hot in there, and even Paul was sweating.
literally sweat. We were so close. We saw beads of sweat.
Well,
Never saw that.
we'll just tell
before.
everybody now, all four of us were pretty much center.
On
We
the
were
rail.
on the rail, center or left of center. And it was the most intimate way to watch a Paul McCartney concert, so up close. Joan's been on the rail, but when you're on the rail in big venues,
So different.
it's so different. This on the rail was ridiculous. There's like the XLR mic and the mic stand, and the man comes walking out, and you can see everything like on his jacket and everything.
What were you guys saying? Like the attention to detail. What did you say?
I was admiring the fabric of his shirt
Yes.
and the beautiful little pinstripes in his suit. Like you could,
Yeah.
I was looking at his sideburns, like, oh, look how nicely groomed his
Yeah,
hair.
that's
You-
how close we were.
You could literally
everything.
see that he wasn't shaved down here. You could see the individual hairs.
Yeah.
And you could see on his vest the little
The little
stitching
flower.
he's got. with
Stitching.
The stitched flower on the front. It was just
Yeah.
incredible.
You even mentioned that you could even see the on the guitar, like the actual.
Oh,
veins in
say
his
that.
hands and
Something about the guitar.
on his Hofner.
Shine,
You
yeah.
could see like the grooves in the bass. It was
Also
tremendous.
on the acoustic guitar too. You
Yeah,
could
you see all the marks.
you could
and
see all the
dings.
marks and the dings on the acoustic
all
guitar.
the love marks.
All the love marks, you know, that when even if you're in the fifth row, when you're far back, even a little bit further, you don't see these little nuances.
Attention to details. Yeah.
And it was worth the sacrifice of our time and everything. But let's just roundtable it real quick.
Yeah.
It's clearly our favorite Paul show we've ever seen.
Ever.
Let's go to Joan first, and
Yeah.
then Boyan, and then Heidi, and then me. What
Yeah.
was your favorite moment in the whole concert?
Well, probably when he was finished 1985.
Here we go.
And, I gave him the wings. Boyan did too. And he looked right at us and
We did it up
He
a little
did
bit
it
after.
right.
Yeah.
Did it right back to
he
you.
gave us a really nice little head nod. I mean, there were so many interactions with him because you're right there. He can't help but look at you anyway. And that's always special. And your heart just pounds. But
Does it ever?
Musically, I just thought every night was superb. His voice was so clear. I felt like he was really enjoying singing that song, and he was looking down and seeing how much people were loving it. And
Rocking out.
yeah, I love that song, and he just did it proud last night. He did it so
Every
proud.
night.
Yeah.
When you heard the opening strains of every night, you're
I
like,
was like, what?
every night in the main?
In the main.
What? No, we had seen it in sound
Meaning
check.
not sound check. Yeah.
Right. We had heard it in sound check, which Tom, we'll come back to these comments, but Tom asks, before we get on to Boyo's favorite moment in the show, where did you watch the sound check from?
Go.
That's a really good question there, Mr.
Yeah.
Liverani.
I think no.
Yeah. We watched it.
Yeah.
We watched the sound
Oh,
check.
it was interesting, Tom, because of all the sound checks we've all done, and on even GA sound checks, for me, that's the first time that, well, besides Buenos Aires, but that's another story. That's the first time that we did a sound check on the floor.
Right.
Yeah, because like Albuquerque was no, that wasn't GA. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Like,
Well, this venue had like a bridge, and they
Yeah.
told us we were going to be on the bridge, which was kind of like a floor above, but we
Yeah.
were not. We were on the
we're
floor.
on the floor. They did have a barrier, and you weren't
did. We
permitted
were
to
far
go past
back.
so we were in
Yeah.
the back of the floor, but it was on the floor, so that was different. And we
With
were
about
quite
how
close.
many other people?
200. I would
200
say.
people.
A
I'd
good
say.
200.
It was a big sound check for a small venue.
Yeah.
We weren't thinking it was going to be that many
Yeah.
Not a bad view from anywhere where we
anywhere
were.
in the sound check.
Yeah, it was
but
great.
It was great. Let's see here. Boyan, your favorite moment of the show. Here we go.
Oh, look! Take the floor,
Take
boy.
the floor, young man, and go ahead.
Wow.
Front and
Oh,
center.
honey.
Just before Paul started playing, in spite of all the danger, he was mentioning that he was going to take us all back to a time before the Beatles. And I don't know what came over me. This is uncharacteristic, but I decided I'd scream out, and I did. I said, I wasn't even born yet. And somehow this caught Paul's attention, and he turned to me and he said, "You weren't what?" And I said, "I wasn't even born yet." And he goes, "Well, I know you weren't, but I'm still going to take you back anyway." And that was the most incredible thing, to have a conversation with the Paul McCartney.
A
Which is,
literal conversation.
yeah, we went back and forth twice, which is more than I've ever gone back and forth with him before. So, yeah, no, that was the best thing to ever happen to me. I think I don't know what's going to top that, but
That's so awesome.
yeah,
So
very
awesome.
pleased with that.
And we were these two were together, and we were together with about 4 or 5 people
in between
us.
The Psychos!
The
Psychos!
Psychos!
Mr. and Mrs. Psycho.
Mr. and Mrs. Psycho.
Yes.
They were amazing. They helped us set up in the beginning.
Psycho in the Japanese way, not the American, not the
which
other.
means
Fantastic.
Fantastic.
Psycho!
Mr.
They were
and
right. They were
Mrs.
right next to us.
Mr. and Mrs. Fantastic. When Paul was looking in that direction, we knew where these two were standing, and we looked over and we're like, he's talking to Boyan. It was incredible. Oh,
Before we get to ours, let's talk
Yeah.
about the show itself and Paul's energy and the stories. And we got new stories last night.
Mhm.
Even changed up like the Jimi Hendrix story was a
Yeah.
little different.
He changed. Yeah. I think the coolest story was that he talked about the Tony Bennett thing.
Tony
Which
Bennett.
was after what song was that?
Something.
Yeah. He said he saw Tony Bennett at the Royal Albert Hall.
Yeah.
And he saw Tony Bennett later on. He goes, that's a great place for acoustics.
Yeah.
And then they did a benefit together again at some hotel.
But the first
That didn't have good acoustics.
But
And
the
he's
first
like,
good acoustics, he was imitating Tony
Right,
Bennett,
yeah.
like mimicking how he would
Fly
sing.
me to the moon.
Fly me to the moon. Like this is
With these
total
cool-
improv.
Oh, total improv. Go.
And then he did it, and then he tell the same story again that didn't have good acoustics. And he says, this place has good acoustics. And Paul said, you know what, Tony, that's a bit of a shtick. And we all collectively were like, hot kettle.
He giggled, right?
He giggled. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Everybody's saying congratulations, Boyo. Tom, thank you. Yeah. It's sure, the happiness that a Paul concert can bring.
Yeah.
Jeff, you're looking at 4 very, very happy people right here.
Still on as we were calling it, a euphoric high.
Yeah.
Euphoric.
Thank you, Paul. Buoyant.
Thanks,
Buoyant. Yeah. Yeah, thank you, Tom. It was unbelievable. How does 1985 sound to the Compare the Wings version? Fantastic.
I loved it.
Right, it was right after, and that was right after when Joan flashed him the
Yeah.
Wings sign.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, amazing.
Well, let's show it. Let's show the poster. It's the same thing that
Oh,
we've
there
gotten.
it is.
Thank you there to Heidi for hanging. It's the same poster that's part of the Hot Sound package that you get at every show, just with the the venue and the date and the city and the state. And it's only 4,500 limited, as I was telling Boyo about that. So yeah, that's going to be the same everywhere you go. One of the cool things about this experience, and we were all on the rail, is that anybody on that rail, if you're say from Brian to Rusty,
Yeah.
you have, especially something that's that close up,
Yeah.
you are going to get opportunities with Paul where he sees you dancing, rocking out, and locks in with you for 5 seconds, 10 seconds.
Locked in,
A-
meaning eye contact.
A nod or a wink or a chuckle or anything. Eyebrows. These are the
With
moments we live for.
Unobstructed view. No obstructed view
None.
whatsoever.
No phones in your way.
No
Hey, yeah.
phones.
None of these, which he
We
mentioned.
locked them up.
He talked about, I think it was after the third, fourth song, he goes, this is such a great gig because it's so intimate. And he goes, and no phones. And everybody cheered.
And we cheered. No complaints here, right?
None.
None.
No phones. The standard set with a couple of tweaks. Now, we did think for sure, being in Nashville, we'd get Junior Swan.
Yeah, we did.
We really, and shout out to DJ Chris.
Woo! It was
Yeah.
Shout out to DJ Chris because in his pre-sound, pre-show music mix, he's got a pretty
Build
vibe
up.
and the build-up.
Yeah.
He's playing everything, and the last song he plays is Sally G.
Woo!
And everybody went wild. It
In
was
its
great.
entirety.
And
Yes.
the whole
Entirety.
song.
And even he at the end was like he was happy for us.
Yeah.
Singing.
So he knew where we were, and he knew where they were, and that kind of gave us. And then I heard all sorts of rumors all day, like it's going to be a 35-song set. Somebody even said 40 songs,
Yeah.
and we're like, 40 songs? Is it going to be something special? Then somebody even told me during the day that they heard Ringo was in town. And
Oh, I heard that too.
You hear all this chit chat. It was the standard Paul McCartney show.
Mm.
With a little very subtle differences because of the intimate venue
Yeah.
and the given the proximity, how the venue was. So it was It was just incredible. No need for booze and drugs when we have concerts.
There was no need for booze or bathroom
Or
breaks.
bathrooms.
We all held it. You got the rail. You're not leaving the rail.
Mm-mm.
No drinks. Actually, though, security
Oh.
was fantastic. They were handing out waters by the case.
And let me tell you something.
Water,
shout out
water.
to Paul's security people.
We love
And-
you, Ty.
And well, he's Pinnacle security.
I
Pinnacle
still
security.
love Ty.
But Brian, one of Paul's security guys,
Oh, yes.
starts bringing out cases of water
Like
about
two cases on one shoulder.
the whole time, just bringing cases of water out, and then just
Pass
handing
it
them out. Because
back.
this is GA, so we're all packed in like sardines,
Yeah.
right? We're on the rail, and they didn't want people, dropping and passing out, which happened last
did
night.
actually
Yeah,
still
yeah.
happen.
We had some people go down.
We saw two. You saw
there were
two.
5 or 6.
Yeah.
5
Yeah.
or 6 total that had to be carried.
Because it was hot, and even
Yeah.
Paul talked about how hot it was in there last night.
Yeah.
And when during Band on the Run, we had one girl before Band on the Run about to go, right? So they carried her over the rail, got her out in time. The next girl wasn't so lucky. She passed out on the floor,
Yeah.
and Paul singing Band on the Run, watching the whole singing, playing, but making
Oh.
sure she was okay through the whole thing. But they were trying really hard with the cases of water to make sure we were hydrated.
Yeah, can't believe Boyo held his wee for 7+ hours. I would have been finished.
I was finished by the end. I was willing to just go on the spot because I wasn't
Wow.
losing the rail.
No,
And
But I
we
did
also
hold it.
felt like with all the sweating we did,
Yeah, there
it
was much left.
helped.
Yeah.
what were you gonna say, Joan?
Oh, having done quite a few GA shows, I thought the crowd was great.
Mhm.
Like I never felt pushed or shoved.
No.
At all.
There was one incident on the floor where somebody was sort of trying to muscle their way.
One time.
One time, and it was even before the show started.
It was.
It was.
It was
And security, the Pinnacle security was great.
right away
They acted immediately. They removed him. And
without a scene.
I don't know, the crowd was really great. There was
Very respectful.
So after I had a backpack on, and after song 1, the woman behind me, I don't know who she was, but she was so respectful. She just gently tapped me on the shoulder and said, "You're bumping me with your backpack." I said, "I am so sorry. I'll take it off and keep it in front of me. Thank you." No issues, politeness, respect. I'm gonna compare the Bowery for a second. The Bowery, there was like pushing, shoving, a little bit of mosh pitting. That did not happen
Because-
on GA floor.
Well,
tonight.
that was a $50 ticket show, which anybody could have gotten, and this was people that were, buying Hot Sound, and then GA, and people that were GA were queuing up for hours, so they were going to
after
be
Hot Sound.
they were going to be respectful of the whole thing. We are in a hotel, Tony D.
Yeah.
Let's see. Paul has played here today on every tour since 2002, except the US tour in 2005. Do you think it's become the new yesterday?
No, I don't think so.
Which song?
Here
Here
today.
today.
Oh, do I think it's become the new yesterday? No,
No, I don't
No.
I don't think it's gone.
I don't think so.
Mm.
It is curious that he dropped here today, but he kept something. Like I'm like, okay, if no here today, maybe no something, and maybe we're going to get more stuff at the end of the show.
Well, because I've got a feeling it's also a John tribute.
Yeah.
So, maybe he was thinking, I want to keep a George tribute and at least one John tribute. And I think I've got a feeling is, dramatic,
Yeah.
amazing
Yeah.
for anybody that's not seen Paul before, or maybe,
Yeah.
doesn't ever look at YouTube. I don't know. When they see John's face come up.
It's a tribute.
That's a stunning
Yeah.
moment in the show. No, I think Here Today will be back.
It will.
And also Paul said, and he says this often, we were talking about this today, it wasn't the first time he said it, he loves playing that because he gets to sing with John again.
Yes. Exactly.
Yeah.
Another funny moment during the show was the mess up during Jet.
Oh, that was
Yeah.
great.
Oh, we all noticed it even though we weren't together.
Yeah.
Yes.
We'll talk about
Well, there was one that you couldn't miss,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
Very
was the opening was flubbed by Abe first,
Oh,
Yeah.
that.
and then there was a
yes.
forced flub by Paul.
Right.
Yeah.
And then 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah.
And
yeah.
then he's like, let's go old school. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah. So there was a little bit of a mistake with Jet. Did you notice any other kind of imperfections?
In
last night?
Jet, there was the vote.
In
There's-
Jet, that's
you got
what
the
I'm
lyrics wrong
talking about.
Once, I think.
Yeah.
We noticed that. We looked at each other like, huh? What
Yeah,
was that?
a little bit.
Within the song, yeah.
You're singing the right word too.
But being that close and being like, again, like rail, security, stage, we would say about, I think it was
10
about
to 12.
10 to 12 feet away. Paul was from all of us
Just
at any one time,
air
at most.
between us.
So you pick up on things like the banter in between songs. What are we doing next? You know, all that stuff that you can see, but you really can't see until you are that freaking close.
And like normally you'd be reading lips. We could actually hear him going like, you know, what are we doing next? Like hear his actual voice go, what are we doing next?
Yeah.
Oh, that close.
Yeah. Favorite moment of the show. Favorite moment of the show. Yeah, Jones, Boyens, what was yours?
It wouldn't be a song. It would just be, all right. So my 4th concert, the way he interacted with people. Now, he did look up and give everybody a look out, but he really paid attention to the rail people. And you just felt like certain moments he was singing just to you.
You do.
The eye lock and the expression and the acknowledgement of like, I see you. And meanwhile, you're thinking, yeah, I see you too, Paul. Right. And your heart melting and the emotion building up. And that was numerous times. So I can't say a single moment, but every single moment I locked eyes with him.
It was, and he just like Joan, we talked earlier today, he loves seeing people have a great time.
Yeah.
And especially in a phone-free environment.
Yes.
The diehard people, like loving every minute of the experience without a phone, makes him appreciate it all that much. When he goes, look at these people, these 50 people in the front are
no distractions.
They're loving every minute of it.
And also, I've seen him only 3 other times, right? But he just seemed to enjoy himself so much last night. He was relaxed. He was relaxed.
Very relaxed.
And Mary was there.
And Mary, his daughter Mary was there. And what's her face?
Nancy was there too. And
Sabrina
Carpenter
was there. Yeah.
I don't know who that is.
But she was there.
Whatever.
So his daughter was there. His wife was there.
No, the big star was we were watching the big star last night.
Holy.
Yes, Tom and Liverani, they allowed signs.
Yes. They did. And he read them. He
read tons of signs last night. Yeah. Tons, just about every one of them.
Pretty much.
And Mr. and Mrs. Psycho, I think they had a sign for every song.
For
every word. Come on to me. This song, that song. I mean, those.
No.
Well, everybody has those.
But somebody had the sign that said, I wrote you love letters when I was 5 years old. And he said, oh, what did he say? Oh, I remember those. You are very good.
Yeah, he was like, I remember those. I read them. You're very good.
Yeah. he really took time to interact and he was very
like
playful.
You said, relaxed. Playful. That's a good way to put it. Playful.
Yeah. I mean, I can't. I mean, the entire experience from the minute we got the rail to the minute we left was fucking incredible.
It was.
Every moment of it, every song, the interaction between Paul and the band, Paul being right in front of us and loving it and seeing us appreciate it all.
Yeah.
I
felt that too. I felt he was appreciative
of all of it, and everybody had their moment where they had with Boyo, where he actually spoke to the guy,
and friend Julian.
And he spoke to Julian.
Oh, Julian.
He called out Julian. Julian had to sign up too, and Paul acknowledged that as well. Eye contact's a big thing. I mean, I personally felt it at the end.
Oh, go.
During when he sings at the end, and the love you take is equal to the love you make, and the yeah. Like, I had eyes on him, and we were locked in. And I even looked at Heidi without even looking at her, and I'm like, did you just see what happened here?
It was when he was going, yeah. And Andy's doing the same thing. We're not looking at each other, but Paul and Andy were locked in. I'm not exaggerating. A good 10 seconds. And without looking at me, Andy goes, did you just see that? I'm like, hells yeah. Intense. To end the show.
Yeah, to end the show. It was just incredible. And I mean, it was just such an emotional experience that takes so much to recover from, because you're worried about anticipation with a GA show.
Right.
Where am I going to be? Planning. Are we going to get in? Where are we going to be? Because Joan's done her fair share of GA. I've done one GA show. I've
done none.
So
because you have to be prepared to accept what, it's not like, our love is greater than the next person besides. Like everybody there loves him.
Everybody does.
Individually,
And
yeah.
everybody wants to be as close as they can. And everybody has the same shot. So there's a lot of stress leading up to it. Where am I going to get? Am I going to get the rail? Am I going to be 10 people back? Am I going to be
Right.
5 people back? Like in Santa
just-
Barbara,
yeah.
I was like 4 or 5 people back from the center. It was great, but of course I wanted the rail. So you don't know what you're going to get. And then when the cards start being played and everything starts rolling your way, and then you're like, oh my gosh, we're going in single file. Oh my gosh, I'm number 8 in line, or 3 and 4. Oh my gosh, there's nobody standing in the spot I like.
Right.
I'm here.
I'm there.
Yeah.
That's what you do.
Just don't run. Just stay single file. And next thing you know, you're on the rail.
And you're
Yeah.
like, all that stress and worry, and here we are.
It goes away. Another kind of funny moment that I noticed in this, so you don't really see it unless you're like up close, is that when he finishes with the ukulele part during something and he switches to the acoustic guitar,
Oh, yeah.
he like nonchalantly put it on the amp by Abe, and it like teeter-tottered and it almost fell off. And this is like the uke that he says, here's a uke that George gave me, you know?
Yeah, we're like,
And then he takes it and he just puts it down and it does this thing, and I'm like,
Everybody's
Jesus
going,
Christ,
"Ah!"
that thing might almost fall.
Catch it.
Thankfully, it didn't. It stabilized, and then his guitar tech, which I forget that guy's name, he came out and got it, and then they finished the song. But it's things like that you see so damn up close, and you're like,
And you realize it.
right? You know,
George's you.
George's uke has been shattered into pieces.
No, it has not, thank God.
Yeah, but all the other parts of the show that have been so great about the Got Back tour since it started in 2022, like the set is largely unchanged, but the venues, Jones traveled to so many since the tour started back up again. I've gone to a whole bunch now. This was show 5 for me on this tour. And every city you go to has its own energy based on where you are, the people that are going, and what makes up that show because of the crowd who's going to be there.
Yeah.
And everybody that was there last night was just having a great time, and it was peaceful and respectful.
Respectful.
And they all took in the moment at all.
I'm going to excuse myself a minute.
Yep. Tony asks, did any latecomers try and bustle in and get on the rail? Only one guy, as Joan said at the top of this, and he was dealt with by security. Now, we did hear some stories today about somebody said, what was that? My kid has this, that, and I want to try to get to the front of the line because he has, what was that?
Anxiety.
My kid has anxiety. He'd like to be, this, that, and the other thing. It was just people were getting very creative about why they needed to get further in line.
Yeah.
Joan sent him to the back.
They
Joan-
they were talking to the wrong person.
Yeah.
They were. This is a question for Joan. Everyone's saying how great Paul sounds. Is it better than the shows you saw in 23 and 24?
Ooh, that's a good question. Tough question. I would say yes.
Yes.
I have been really impressed. I think probably the weaknesses show to me on the acoustic songs like Blackbird and Here Today, and like Every Night. Now, there's some acoustic songs that aren't hard, like Midnight Special, for example.
Right.
Most people can sing that song. It's not a hard song to sing. But I do think that this tour has been better. Yeah.
I agree. I think Billy Tone mentioned this on I think it was on a recent live stream about Paul's voice or something. When there's parts of songs on piano, especially like with Maybe I'm Amazed, where he does start the song with nothing else.
Yeah.
And then the band and everybody else is like, you're going to hear the age.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Must be drinking tea and vocal exercises. Well, listen, it's a well-oiled machine, and I don't know why he chose the Pinnacle. As we learned, it's a venue that just opened up 8 months ago. It's brand new, and we all knew this great venue. And I guess we can circle back this now to kind of how we got to this point of the show and how we got there. When tickets went on sale in July, all of us collectively were on the phone saying, that's the show we want, especially this young man right here, who is all the way from Australia and was like, that's the show I want to go to more than any other show.
Me too.
Is that one.
Me too.
That was their number one priority, to go into it. And the fact that we were so fortunate enough to get in, get tickets, and go and have them, we're blessed to do it. And I know a lot of people, the third party stuff, and it was bad. And there was and a lot of that went on last night. And
A lot of people got turned away.
A lot of people got turned away, and our good friend Ted got turned away to do that because he had third party, and he waited. And then I heard by 8 o'clock there was like a shit show outside the Pinnacle because there was a lot of unhappy people. Now I guess we could circle this back to kind of our journey to how did we get to the rail, right? We got to the rail because Joan got a phone call saying people are lining up VIP, like let's go and get in line.
6:30
At 6:45 in the morning. Got up, went down there, put little numbers on our hands. Here we are. We're going to be, and this is the VIP line. This is where we're going to be. We line up. We wait. Okay, waited for an hour, and then got back, showered. Like, look, we're just going to go. We're going to just go, and we're going to just wait it out because you just don't know what the day is going to bring. Because a lot of unknowns went with this too.
A lot of uncertainty because instructions weren't super clear. And most of what people did was based on past experience, and this was handled a bit different than fast shows.
Very
similar, but some similarities. In the end, the number system was unnecessary. Lining up early in the morning, like we went in the morning to check it out, and then we all went back and showered and changed. We came back, but it sort of turned into a social thing.
Yes.
We didn't have to be there. I chose to stay because there were so many friends there that I hadn't seen for a long time, catching up with people, just, sharing stories. It's always fun. So it really didn't matter if you were there at 4 a.m, which a couple people were, or if you got there at 2:30, because we all filtered into the same reception area.
Yeah.
They had a lovely bar. They had nice butlered hors d'oeuvres, and we were just hanging out there. And the point in time that mattered was the lineup process coming out of sound check and then lining up to go onto the floor, because it was a very tight with time. And we knew, watching the clock, how late sound check was going, that there was going to be a very small window between leaving sound check and getting back on the floor, because doors were at 6:30 and we were just coming off the floor
At
6:20,
6:15, 6:20.
something like that. So it was quite obvious there was no way they were going to take everybody back out of sound check upstairs back to the reception and then bring everybody down again. So how we got to the rail was when sound check was over, we filtered out at the beginning of the group that was leaving sound check. So the first people out of sound check, or basically the last people in sound check, were the first in line to hit the floor, and we got lucky.
Yes.
It was just lucky, and
we planned it that way.
and it worked out that way. And
it worked out that way because, and again, usually the way it's been working this tour is that, okay, sound check's over. You've got an hour and a half, 2 hours to go back in, get your merch, shop, have a formal dinner, and then you go in.
Yeah.
This was not handled that way. You went into the venue when they admitted us, as Joan said, for hors d'oeuvres and drinks for about an hour or so, and then you're going in, and then that's it. Sound check's over. You're getting queued up, and you're going in.
Yeah.
And we were fortunate with where we were in the line.
We were just lucky
To do it, and got in, and Mr. and Mrs. Psycho were 1 and 2. Our friend TJ was 3. Heidi and I were 4 and 5, and Joan and Boyan were 7 and 8. Right?
Yeah.
What was?
I don't know. TJ's friend.
Rob was in front of us.
Right.
Yeah, but he ended up on the other side of us.
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
And it was very. Well, I must say, it was very organized. The Pinnacle staff were like,
really good.
they weren't tolerating any BS.
No
Oh,
running.
my sister that got this. Get back to where you once belonged. Get back. All that. And then when you start actually walking us into this floor, okay, we're going to go in now. The temptation, it's run. Nope. Stay where you are. Single file. At a certain point, midway through the floor, go ahead and go where you want to go. Rail, and rail. And we did not move for the next 4 hours.
Yeah, we're feeling it today.
The legs were locked in, and that's we're just locked in. I mean, DJ Chris hasn't even gotten there yet. And within, I would say, 15 or 20 minutes, the GA people came in, and you turned around. The early entry GA people came in, which was a few hundred people, and then everybody else filed in past everybody.
Yeah.
Talking about the third party fiasco, there were people that had third party tickets, and they were told they weren't honoring them. They took those people and put them in a separate line, and then took them one by one, and like, look, we're not acknowledging that ticket because it's a third-party ticket. However, you can buy early entry GA for like $350. So you get your money refunded from SeatGeek, your mother's ass, whatever. Then you could go in and get in, and a lot of people did that. So, and it was just that part of the whole thing. Just a lot of people did not get to do it.
They had strict rules. The rules were very clear. They said from the beginning, both AXS and the Pinnacle, we will not accept third-party tickets.
No.
It was everywhere. Everybody knew it, but people still came there like, oh, I didn't know. And that's unfortunate. But I do think that the Pinnacle had sympathy for those people, and they did make an attempt to help. And I don't know that they could help everybody. I don't know how many people there were in the end, but I know
we were there early enough and got our tickets.
Yeah.
That's a whole other podcast.
But it's good. It's all good. We got them. The sound check. You had the Jam, Matchbox, 20 Flight Rock, Flaming Pie, which you and I greatly rocked on. Hard Day's Night, which was cool. I hadn't heard that in a while. Women and Wives, Let Them In, and a little bit of In Spite of All the Danger. Like the guitar solo bit. Yeah, that was cool. I'm like, wait, is he going to do In Spite of All the Danger during sound check?
For a second, I thought it was Heartbreak Hotel. I'm like, what's he playing? And I'm like, oh no, it's In Spite
It's In Spite of All, yeah, because you're hearing that, like that solo that he does. And I'm like, oh. Actually, that reminds me, one time during the main set, when he was talking about, oh, we did this song, and recorded, and I'm shouting to him, Kensington, because that's the section of Liverpool that it's in. He didn't. He was telling us. He was in story mode. But I'm like, Kensington. He didn't hear me. It's all good. Somebody did. From Me to You, which was always great. And then we heard Every Night. And we're like, okay, the sound check song. And then they hear it again in the main. You're like, ah. So Ram On, Midnight Special, New, and Lady Madonna. So 14 songs in the sound check. Yeah.
He packed him in. He moved pretty quickly.
He did, and that's when during the sound checks when we saw Mary McCartney walked in. We're like, Mary's here. So it was sweet.
But he moved so quickly, we thought it was a shortened sound check until we saw a list of how many songs he actually played.
And then I think one moment that we universally felt today was actually during the gig itself, is that before you knew it, you were like, it's Hey Jude time already?
That's when I turned to him and I said, wait a minute. He's playing Hey Jude?
Yeah.
How can it be Hey Jude already? No, I don't want it to end.
It goes by in a flash because you are there with your heart, singing your heart out, locked in on Paul and the band the whole time, soaking up every moment, every glance, every nuance, and all of a sudden, song after song after song after song, and you're singing your heart out, and you're like, wait a minute, the show's over already? It goes so damn fast. Yes, the poster for the Nashville is the best one yet, says Tom Liverani.
Oh, it's
Agree?
beautiful. I love it.
Now, a little bit of an oddity with that one, though, is that we're in Nashville, but they've got Venus and Mars stuff on it. And I think Caitlin Larkin from the Beatles channel said to me, that would have made more sense in New Orleans because a lot of that was recorded in New Orleans. I get that, but
that's true.
It's still so cool. And then the Run Devil Run bit on it.
Yeah.
But Nashville's Music City, so maybe it's
exactly
all of the music.
Exactly. So I agree with you, Tom. The poster is the best one yet. We keep saying, "Oh, that's the best one yet." Well, that is the best one yet. Until you guys go to Pittsburgh, and then Pittsburgh's going to be the best one yet, I'm sure. We did see Caitlin Larkin there, Tony D. You're back.
Hi.
Yeah, she was there too. And she recapped it on her channel today, on her show on the Beatles channel. So if you want to hear that, just hop on and go listen to that again. So anything else? Any other notable moments? Sound check, show, main, otherwise, glances.
I feel like the whole staff at the Pinnacle was really nice.
Yeah, me too.
What was her name? Cher. The bartender's name was Cher.
We connected. Cher's a good girl.
Told her about this.
We love her.
Told her about this YouTube channel because I said we're going to give you a shout out. So.
Yeah. So Cher, if you actually remembered and tuned in, hi, honey, follow
Do you
Andy.
believe in love, Cher?
Good one.
Merch. We'll talk merch. There was a merch truck that was outside that was available the day before.
Right.
And then it was there. So then, then they had that big cassette thing set up outside.
That was cool. Yeah.
It was like, what was your moment about Blackbird or
sign
something?
it?
What did it say?
Yeah.
It was, yeah.
Something about spreading your wings.
Yeah.
And they had
Yes.
Sharpies there, and everybody could go and
Yeah,
sign.
the wing. Will tell you this: the Wings LP and CD, officially out today, was available to buy at the stand. Yeah, this was they built this thing the morning of. It was a cassette tape
Yeah.
made by the Pinnacle that said, "What's your Blackbird moment? A time that you spread your wings." Designed for you to go up and just sign it.
Yeah, with the Sharpie. Cool.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool. Yeah, the merch truck was there, but again, we didn't have time.
get a chance.
We didn't have time for that.
When they opened, we were ready to go in.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So a great gig nonetheless.
Did you go-
There was a lot of Paul's. What's Paul's video's guy name? Chris.
Charlie.
Say something.
Charlie.
See.
Charlie. Lot of video. There was no video screens in the Pinnacle. I meant to,
yeah.
I meant to bring that up too. No big video panels on either side. One main video screen in the back, which has all the visuals that you would see in a normal, proper Paul show. Anyway,
Right.
the Blackbird, Now and Then,
I Got a
something.
Feeling.
I've got a feeling.
Yeah.
Liverpool, the whole thing.
Yeah.
That was there, but no side screen. And
And
the
the beginning.
the pre-show
scroll.
scroll
Yeah.
just went on that for the show and not the sides. But no cranes on the side, even though we shouted them out. It was Marcy and
Yeah, but
He-
there was no feed of the crowd ever.
no, there was not. So, but
Did you guys talk about the handheld cameras?
yeah,
that
that's what
went
I'm
around?
talking. Yeah, that's,
Good,
but that's there was his video team
Yeah.
was basically shooting everybody up front the whole time. So
Oh yeah.
we are sure that like just like with the Bowery, there was a recap video. Maybe possibly there'll be one
Maybe.
for the Nashville gig, hopefully. But
And even still cameras were all.
well,
over
yeah,
the
MJ,
place.
MJ,
Yeah.
MJ Kim was taking a lot of great photos too.
At the end of the main set,
Oh, yeah.
Charlie came over, and I don't know if he was interviewing Joan, but because we were so close, I just started talking at him as well. But I was so exciting.
Oh yeah. Oh, I forgot. about
He
that.
was asking what we
What did you think of the show,
and we
guys?
just kind of went at him.
We're
Didn't
like,
we?
that was great. Like,
Good.
It was in
Yeah.
the absolute peak of excitement.
Yeah, everyone
Yeah.
screaming
The
from
show,
Hey
and
Jude.
he was like, "What'd you think of the show?" We're
And
like,
this young bloke's face was probably like beet red.
Yeah,
Oh,
and I was
he-
sweating like
we
a pig.
kept calling it like the
Mm-hmm.
the euphoria.
Yeah.
That's the
He was,
only
but I
way you
saw it.
can
I saw when he
explain
came
it.
over to you with the camera.
Yeah.
You were like screaming to
Yeah.
it. It was
Yeah.
so funny to see.
And when he walked away and he looked at us, it was just like,
Yeah,
wow.
yeah. When I saw Andy at the end of the concert, like full concert, he just gave me a hug. We were so excited about
Yeah.
it. It was just magic.
Oh, we were so happy
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah. But that was just the concert. Today was something pretty special
I was
too.
going to ask
magic
if we
moment.
talked
Today-
about that.
So today we had tickets to the Eye of the Storm
Eye of the
exhibit
Storm.
at the Frist
Frist.
Art Museum Gallery here in
Gallery.
Nashville. We had tickets for it, and we went and saw it. And Joan had seen it in Brooklyn in 2023.
And Eye of the Storm is?
Yeah, the book. So,
In case you
so
don't
we know
the
we know what it
photos.
is.
Oh.
So Joan had seen it. You hadn't
Yeah.
seen it, right?
No, but no, it was a great exhibit, and we were walking through, and we bumped into some fans they knew us. I know we must be famous, but they were just behind me and Joan apparently.
Yes. It wasn't because of our antics or
No.
Or
Oh,
a wardrobe.
It would have been
or
because
wardrobe.
they were sick of us jumping up and down and blocking
Blocking
the view.
Yeah, well, a couple people saw that. You guys were on the front row, right?
Yeah.
You saw them today.
Yeah.
So,
Uh,
yeah,
cool. So,
yeah.
So
Please.
no, I was chatting to this lady that had seen
great.
us, and she goes, "I don't know if you know, but Brian." Oh no, well, actually, what she said was that guitarist to Paul's left, and I said, "Brian," and she goes, "Yeah, Brian. He's here, or he was 5 minutes ago." And I went, "Okay, I'll talk to you soon." And I kind of went off to find Joan, and attempting to find Joan, I found Brian Ray. He was still there, and I kind of went back to the room, starstruck, and I went, Andy, we gotta go. I found Brian Ray.
We found Brian Ray, and he was there with his girlfriend Allie, and
Yes.
a couple people were talking to him, and then they went back and asked for pictures, and I'm like, let's just see how it plays out. And
Yeah.
he was taking his girlfriend, showing them the pictures of Paul in the early days, and
And you could hear him going, "Oh my gosh, look at this!" Like
Yeah.
with pure enjoyment.
Yeah,
he
he was.
was. And then he was looking at pictures, and then Heidi was looking at same thing, and then she kind of bumped into him, thinking that
I
she bumped
thought I
into
was
me.
talking to Andy, and I'm like, "Oh, did you see this?"
And then I took that opportunity to see him and say, "Hey, Brian, great show last night."
Yeah.
And then Boyan came in, and then we had this wonderful 2-minute interaction with him, and then Boyan chatted with him.
Yeah,
But
We-
and this,
well, we
is, this is
introduced
how
him.
it started. He goes, I recognize you from last night. You were right in front of me. We were jamming out,
yeah,
man.
so we were rocking out.
Brian
He
Ray
recognized him.
recognized Boy and Archer.
Yeah, I couldn't believe that. He goes, and you had a moment with Paul, didn't you?
Yeah. Oh,
Not many
yeah.
people. It's kind of a rare.
Yeah,
thing,
Brian-
but I said the fact that you remember that kind of blows my mind. And then we were talking about. I said I really enjoyed his bass playing, and he goes, "Oh, do you play bass?" I said, "Yeah, I've got a Hofner," and he goes, "Yeah, it's a good one." And then he stuck his hand out to shake my hand again. He said, "And what was your name?" And asked us all our names, and he was very, very humble.
Yes.
He could have been very up here, but he was
Not
really
at
normal
all.
with us.
So we had
Very
that
normal
Mhm.
with
very
us.
normal. He said, okay, you guys have a good day. We left. Joan wasn't with us at that time. We told Joan, said he's in there. Joan shot back, talked to him. Joan got a pic with him.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, he was super sweet and humble and just very nice. I didn't want to take his time because he was there with his
Not-
girlfriend on his free
right.
time. And I said, oh, I don't want to bother you. I just want to say hi and thank you and how much we enjoyed the show. And it was the
And you
best
were
show of the
sweet
tour.
when you guys talked about a picture. You asked Allie, "Do you mind?" And she
Yeah.
said, "No, I'll take it for you."
Yeah.
That was sweet.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
yeah, he was very cool.
And tonight, another member of Paul's band is actually at the Bridgestone Arena seeing Brian Adams. 'Cause
My guy Brian.
Rusty is with some friends of ours actually at the Bridgestone Arena watching Brian Adams right now tonight. So the band's still in town with a gig tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh,
In Columbus.
God bless them.
Crazy.
Flying
Yeah.
out tonight.
I think Paul's probably already there though.
You may be getting a good night's sleep.
Yeah, and maybe so. But yeah, between the concert last night, which we'll,
I don't know if we'll ever come down from that
and
high.
then today with Brian Ray, like it's been a wonderful trip to Nashville. It really has.
Yes. But just to circle back to what Boyan was saying, the fact that he recognized you as I jammed out with you last
Yeah.
night,
Oh.
but then said, and you had a pretty special
Yeah.
moment with Paul, didn't you? And Boyan goes, yeah, I did. And we're all thinking, you remember that?
Yeah, because it could
And
just be any other show.
It could have been
couldn't it?
anything else,
Mhm.
any other show. But then he follows it up with, that doesn't happen that
No, it's
often, man.
special, yeah.
That's him saying that to
Oh,
I
we were all just like, we're so happy for you, Boyan.
Yeah, like,
And then to follow that up with, what's your name, man?
yeah, you
Not us, like
Took an
pushing
actual interest
ourselves
in
on
the,
him,
Nah.
being a gentleman.
You can't do that.
You can.
You got to just let it happen organically.
I
But
did
he
feel
was
a bit bad. I didn't want to take away from you guys. I was like, we're all
not
here
at all.
talking Brian
Hey,
Ray.
no.
No,
not at all.
he said to me and Heidi, he goes, I saw you guys rocking
he
out.
said, he goes, and I saw you two rocking out because, like, again, there was about 4 people between us,
Yeah.
but these two legitimately were right in front
Yeah, we
of
actually
Brian.
Me,
And he
between
wa-
Paul and Brian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Him being right-handed, he's probably looking that way to where we
Yeah.
were.
Yeah.
So-
And then he was respectfully ready to move on. He just said, well, guys, you enjoy the rest of your day. And that was our cue to exit left. But, shook our hands goodbye too.
That was so cool. I mean, I just see a
God,
member of Paul's
great
band today
guy.
on top of last night. And like, he's just showing his girlfriend around this gallery and these pictures and stuff like that, having a good time and just being a regular guy. And
Mm.
that's all you got to do, man, is just say, have your moment with them, say thanks,
Yeah,
and I'll go about your day.
Show our appreciation. Yeah.
So that'll cap it here from Nashville. So the fam is here, and we had a wonderful time. So thank you guys for tuning in. Until Montreal,
To meet up with the rest of our fam.
Montreal will be in
We can't wait to see you guys.
We'll be in Montreal actually a week from right now.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. We'll be in Montreal a week from tonight when the fam reunites, and
Yeah.
I can't wait. And amazing memories for you all. Yes, and for those of you going on to Columbus and Pittsburgh, I hope you have a wonderful time, whether you're hot sound or you're just going to just go.
We might see in Pittsburgh.
We might. Don't miss this tour. If you've thought about it, just go and see it.
Oh, no
Absolutely.
regrets.
No regrets. So for Heidi, for Joan, and for Boyan, I'm Andy Nichols, the Backwards Traveler. Have a great night, and we'll see you on the next episode here, or on hands, or on 2 legs. Good night, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
So,
See ya.
Peace.
Peace.
I got to go get our lemonade.